the subject. Okay, especially for class 10th students, we are going to give guidance, and for this program we have subject experts with us. To my left is Mr. P. Suresh Kumar, guested headmaster and textbook writer. He has vast experience in mathematics. And to his left is Mr. R.L.N. Murthy. He is also a textbook writer as well as subject expert. Okay, and today we are focusing mainly on SSC public exams. We know that regarding these exams, children have so many doubts, and how to train the students as well as how the students are supposed to answer the questions, all these things the experts will discuss. And before that, first let us try to understand how was the question paper pattern. Just look at the screen. Here we have 3 sections in part A. Section 1 is very short answer questions, and each question carries 2 marks, and you will be given 6 questions, and there is no choice in this section. You have to answer all the 6 questions. So 6 into 2, 12 marks is allocated for this section. And second section is short answer questions. In these short answer questions, again we can see 6 questions, and each question carries 4 marks. Here also you do not have any choice. You have to answer all the 6 questions, and 6 into 4, 24 marks will be covered in this section. And third section is essay type questions or long answer type questions, and it contains 6 questions as well, and each question carries 6 marks. But in this section you have a choice. You can answer any 4 out of the 6 questions given, and 4 into 6, 24 marks. And for part B you have MCQ questions, multiple choice questions. Each question is 1 mark, and you will be given 20 questions. So the duration is 30 minutes for that. So you can see that the main paper is having 2.5 hours, and part B is for half an hour. So total duration of 3 hours for the exam. And okay, now further if we observe, what is the blueprint for the preparation of these question papers? If we observe from problem solving, it will be covered 40%, that is 37 marks will be given for problem solving, and reasoning and proof is 20%, that is 18 marks will be given for this, and for communication 10%, means 9 marks will be covered under communication. And of course connection and visualization, each academic standard is having 15%, means 14 marks from each, and including choice the paper will be for 92 marks. Now, so okay, this is the paper pattern. Now are we going to discuss them, like what are the question patterns and what is the nature of questions, and already we discussed what type of questions will be given. We will discuss with the subject experts. Sir, the first chapter is real numbers. What are the main concepts in real numbers, and related to this what sort of questions can we expect? Murthy garu.
So good morning all. Regarding to the real number chapter, actually we have the Euclid division algorithm,
Okay.
fundamental theorem of arithmetic,
Yeah.
rational numbers and their decimal expansions,
Okay.
irrational numbers and logarithms.
Okay.
So in general, actually as far as the Euclid division algorithm is concerned, the children may be asked to find out SCF of the 2 given numbers.
Okay.
The 2 numbers will be given, and they are asked to find using Euclid division algorithm, and also 1 number will be given, and they may be asked to express, for example, if you consider express 288 as a product of primes,
Okay.
or sometimes some question may be given like this also. Same question may be given like this, if
Okay.
288 is expressed in the form of 2 to the power of a into 3 to the power of b. So what are the values of a comma b, or it may be asked a plus b, a minus b, or a by b. So these sort of questions may be asked in that area. And also moreover, as far as the even rational numbers and their decimal expansion is concerned, whether it is terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal, or sometimes the denominator of something 17 by 72, the denominator of 17 by 72 is expressed in the form of, once again, as a product of primes.
Okay.
So, form a quadratic equation. So, whose zeros are some a comma b, like that the question may be asked.
Okay.
And as far as irrational is concerned, that is a more important area. Not, we should not say that important, that is important, but in irrational part there may be actually 2 marks question and long answer type question may come from that area. So, as far as irrationality is concerned, prove that root 5 is irrational.
Yeah, actually that is what actually I want to ask you, sir. Actually we are saying problem solving, reasoning and proof.
Yes,
the
yes.
students are not familiar with those words.
Yes, might be.
So, what sort of questions, means from the chapter real numbers, what type of questions will come under problem solving, means what type of problems do the students expect?
Yes.
Reasoning proof means what type of problems will do they expect? If you give one example for those academic standards, then it may be helpful for the students.
Finding SCF of 2 given numbers.
Okay.
And also actually find the, for example, find the value of log of 343 to the base root 7.
Okay.
Log 625 to the base root 5.
Okay. These are all problem solving
questions.
Okay, very good.
But whereas reasoning and proof is concerned, prove that root 5 is irrational. Prove that root 3 plus root 5 is irrational.
Okay.
Prove that root 5 minus root 3 is irrational.
Means prove that, show that, all these sorts of
all
things.
these comes under from reasoning and proof.
Okay.
Whereas communication, so to convert one form into other form.
Okay.
So they may be asked how to convert logarithmic form into exponential form, exponential form into logarithmic form. So express, for example, fraction into the form of decimal expansion form.
Okay.
So this is the communication part.
Okay.
But as far as the reasoning and proof is very important area to be concentrated in real numbers also. As far as the logarithm is concerned, for long answer type questions, if log of x plus y by 5 is equal to half times log x plus log y,
Okay.
then prove that x by y plus y by x is equal to 23.
Okay.
And even some x square plus y square is equal to 23xy, then prove that is a converse also may be asked in the examination.
Okay.
So log of x plus y by 5 equals to half times log x plus log y.
Okay.
So these areas are to be concentrated more.
So actually I want to add something, sir.
Yes, sir.
So sir has said very well. Actually there is a 5 academic standard, as you know that.
Yes.
So Euclid lemma, if you take the Euclid lemma, prove that the cube of a number is in the form of 9m, 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8, like the questions will come. Or by the divisional algorithm. So for example, 179 is equal to some 18q plus r. What is q value here? What is r value here? Like they may ask it.
Okay.
So there is a possibility. Or conversion of one kind of form to another kind of form comes under the communication, as you know that. So exponential form to logarithmic form, logarithmic form to exponential form. So like the questions will come. So definitely the children has to understand this, then they can score easily.
Okay. So actually even proving irrationality, we have 3 different things, like proving that root a is an irrational number. Of course conditions will be there.
A is a prime number provided.
Okay. Likewise you can see a plus root b is an irrational number and root a plus root b is an irrational number. 3 different types of things are there in that. So they have to see for which one they are answering. Accordingly they have to write the answer.
Exactly.
That is more important.
Exactly. So that means one thing I would like to share here. For example, very short answer type is at least 3 steps has to be followed. For example, short answer type is at least 4 or 5 steps.
5 to 6. Okay.
Long answer type questions is at least 5 to some other steps has to be written in the examination.
Yeah, as you said, the root 2 is an irrational number. Prove that root 2 is an irrational number. Generally, we will ask as a 2 or 2 marks, like simple one. So when you say 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number.
Yes, absolutely.
So it comes under the 4 marks in general.
Yes.
By the observation of the previous papers and as a textbook writer, as subject expert, we can have some idea about it. Or prove that 2 root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number,
including 2 roots.
Yeah, 2
because
roots.
actually it contains more steps has to be
it comes under the 6 marks
to come to the conclusion.
Okay.
Moreover, it's an indirect method.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Fantastic. Right. Then let us move ahead to the next chapter. Means again, while coming to the sets, we have concepts as well as the academic standard. What sort of academic standard goes, because the students are not familiar with the words academic standards. So what kind of questions do we expect from the chapter sets, Suresh garu?
Yeah, so actually when sets you have roster form, set builder form,
Okay.
empty set, and different kinds of sets,
Okay.
operation of sets, problems based on operation of sets, drawing the Venn diagram. These
Okay.
are the concepts in the set theory.
Okay.
Of course, when you compare the out of 14 chapters, sets is a very easy chapter.
Okay.
Just relatively I am saying every
Okay.
chapter is easy, relatively very easy.
Okay.
So here when you coming from this conversion of one form to another form, like roster form to set builder form to roster form comes under the communication.
Okay.
And we can ask the questions in a different kinds of in connection with other chapters also.
Okay.
As a connection question will come.
Okay.
Or in reasoning and proof, generally we have a good practice, that is show that or prove that n of A union B equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection.
Okay. Okay, giving the sets
Yes,
and
yes.
asking to find.
So they will
Okay.
give Venn diagram, one Venn diagram. By observation of Venn diagram, prove that n of A union B equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection. We generally those questions will comes under the reasoning and
Okay.
proof.
Okay.
Okay, and we can ask some examples also as for on communication. Give an example for a finite set,
Okay.
or give an example for an empty set. Also, giving examples also may come
Under communication.
communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
So under communication we have two sorts of things, like conversion from one form to another form, or giving examples is also under communication.
So giving open-ended question.
Yes,
This also.
of course.
Exactly.
That is true. And further you see visualization and representation also there is a scope.
Yes, Venn diagrams, Venn
giving the
diagrams.
sets and asking to draw Venn diagrams,
Yeah,
like A union B, A intersection B, that will be covered under visualization and representation.
So that means if you observe the previous question papers, the set A, set B will be given in set builder form, and they are asked to find out A union B, A intersection B, A minus B and B minus A also.
So I think it comes under problem solving.
It
Problem
comes under
solving.
the
It
problem
comes
So
under
it may be
problem
problem,
solving.
problem solving.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
It comes under problem solving
solving.
because the diagram is given from which they have to
Yes.
extract the data.
Exactly.
So it comes under problem solving. Okay. Now let us move ahead to the next chapter, that is polynomials. Related to polynomials, again, what are the major concepts in polynomial and what sort of questions can we expect? Murthy garu.
So degree of the polynomial and
Okay.
zero of the polynomial and value of the polynomial,
Okay.
and moreover and also the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial,
Oh.
and the division algorithm of a polynomials, and
Okay.
after that the graphical representation of a quadratic polynomial.
Okay.
So degree, and whereas zero, the value of the polynomial may be given for very short answer type as well as multiple choice questions.
Okay.
But whereas for example if you see this find relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial means that comes under very short answer type question, there is a chance of getting.
Okay.
And whereas graphical representation is very important for visualization representation. Draw the graph of a polynomial, p of x is equal to something x square minus 4x plus 3,
Okay.
and write the zeros from the graph.
Okay.
So this is the one important area has to be focused
Area.
on that area.
So here I want to add one thing, sir. Actually, if according to the blueprint, so definitely from reasoning of representation visualization, 14 marks will come in the examination. So definitely graph will come, probably. So it's a probably. So
There is a chance of getting.
Of course,
that's all.
graphs and constructions, all these things will come
Exactly.
under visualization
Yes,
and
yes,
representation.
yes,
But here the major challenge is most of the times we say that graph is easy, but in the students'
Point of
perspective, if you see our students' point of view, the teachers what is to be focused.
yeah.
Because like when once they get the points, it is easy for them to plot the points on the graph sheet. But how to find the points or how to identify the points, that is also very important. That is to be given enough practice for the students, I think.
So actually, as per principles of evaluation, everyone knows it. It is a 6 marks. If it is a 6 marks question, 1 mark for writing scale. Scale is they have to write the scale. That is very important. Table is very important. As you said, the table is very important. For example, they give it as x square minus x minus 6. The graph P of x is equal to given like. So first the children has to take x, then x square, then minus x, then minus 6, then x square minus minus 6 as y, then x comma y. So this table is very important. Generally the children make mistakes here only. So minus of minus comes plus, they will make a mistake. Even x square values also. For example, minus 3 whole square, sometimes they will say instead of plus 9, they will say minus 6. So it's a quite common mistakes done by the children. If one point was did wrong, definitely the shape of the graph will be changed.
Exactly, that is what I would like to point out. Means some small calculation mistakes will show its impact on plotting the graph. If once they are familiar with finding the points, then it is easy for them to plot the points. Okay. For getting the perfect shape, we need to calculate them in the right manner.
First of all, the preparation of the table is very important.
Yes, that is crucial.
Crucial. After that, plotting the point, then he will join freehand, so that also scale should be written.
And from here the graph I want to add a small thing, sir. Generally, it is we are giving a 24 pages booklet as an answer sheet to the children for writing the answers. So here mostly the children what they do, they start, for example, generally the long answer type questions start from question number 13. So 13, 14, 15. For example, it is a 15th question exam, for example, this one. So they will did the 13th question answer, they did the 14th question answer, they did the 15th question answer. The table will be written here on the main sheet. Then they will, after completion of the total paper, they will go for a graph. They do the graph there. So generally what will common mistake what we observe is, so when they evaluated, so as per principal evaluation, so the evaluator will give the 3 marks for the table here. For there in the graph, they did very well. They did the scale of the graph also there. So 3 marks. Sometimes they may forgot. There is a possibility. So my sincere request, advice to all of you is, do the calculation part on the back side of the graph sheet. And do the graph on the graph, then the total 6 marks will be there. There is no possibility to lose your marks. So this is very, very important. So as you wish, we are not insisting do in this way, but it is a
one kind of
one kind of advice.
Means one graph sheet will be there on the left side. If they plot the draw the table and do the calculation, left side calculation will be there and right side graph will be there. That is what you are suggesting.
Yes, sir. Even plotting the points is easy because they can move only one page. Otherwise, they will take the total page and do all these things.
Right.
And also question number has to be mentioned in the graph paper.
Yes,
also very important.
Of course, that is compulsory. Not only for graph, for every question they have to. Okay. Now let us move ahead to the next chapter. And while coming to this next chapter is linear equations, pair of linear equations in 2 variables. What are the main concepts or the key concepts in this, and what sort of questions will come? Suresh Garu.
Actually there is a kinds of equations first. Means consistent equation, inconsistent equations and dependent equations. So by using the formula they have to identify when if a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, 2 equations, then we will take the conditions. Even a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, which is equal to c1 by c2, one possibility. Other one is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, which is not equal to c1 by c2, second possibility. When a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, third possibility. Depends on the possibility, we name the equations as consistent, inconsistent, dependent equations. Generally one question may ask in this area, generally what kind of equations these are? Are something they may, for example, 2x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, 2x plus ky plus 8 equal to 0, are inconsistent equations. What is the value of k? Like they may ask it possibility.
Okay,
That means A1 by A2 equal
means
to B1 by
giving
B2.
it like giving with k and asking to find the value of k,
Yeah.
or check whether the given equations are consistent or inconsistent, something like that.
Yeah.
So these are two types.
So
yeah,
one
actually-
more I would like to add, sir, actually.
Yes, yes.
So there is a chance of getting one question also.
Okay,
So write any two examples for a linear equation, two variables,
okay,
which are geometrically parallel to 2x plus 3y is equal to 8.
okay.
There is a chance of getting that
Yeah,
question
yeah.
also.
Like you can ask one more also, that is they will give the two equations, whether they represent parallel lines or not. Justify your answer. Like the question may come in the examination. So-
It comes under reasoning, like
Yes,
justify.
The mine is actually communication.
Yes.
It's the communication
Yeah.
area.
So means the area is the same, but
Yes.
we are expecting different questions from different areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
The nature will change accordingly.
Generally, they will ask to solve, and one more area in the pair of linear equations in two variable is solve the given pair of linear equations. Actually, there are three methods. Already everyone knows it. You have elimination method, substitution method, and graphical method. Generally, in the examination, they won't ask to do it in the particular method only. So,
Okay.
do it in elimination method, do it in a substitution method. They won't ask. The children can do as their wish, according to their convenience. They can do it easily.
Okay.
Okay.
So the students can solve a pair of linear equations in any of the methods that are specified.
But there may be chance of getting a graphical method,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
And one
Yes.
more generally, as per my knowledge concerned, in general my observation also, they will give only one graph paper. One graph paper, definitely that graph is used for
Either
example,
for polynomials.
6 marks.
any question which was given as a 6 marks question. So it will be used for that only. So in general, the paper setter or they may won't give do it in graphical method. So definitely if the graphical method, there are two questions which comes under the representation and visualization on the graph sheet. It is it's not possible maybe.
Yeah, actually, I think representation and visualization under which they want to test means they will specify on a graph paper.
Yes.
If it is not specified, by default we have to use algebraic methods.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any of the algebraic methods like
Either it may
substitution
be
method or any
substitution or elimination.
elimination or any method they can use. Means the flexibility is for using the methods in the algebraic methods.
Yes.
Graphical method is only when the
When
question
they
is given
specify.
like they are specified.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will give the word problems also based on.
Yeah, this is one more
Yes,
important
yes,
area.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So actually it is 4.3 exercise and 4.4 exercise. You have a good practice about pair of linear equations word problems. So they have to construct by using the data, they have to construct a pair of linear equations and they have to solve it. They have to find the x and y values. So this is very, very important.
Okay.
So construction of the pair of linear equations comes under the communication. By solving those two and find the answer, the total will be considered as comes under the problem solving.
Okay.
So like the questions may come in the examination. So children has to practice this one. So here in all concepts will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then fantastic. Then what about quadratic equation? Next chapter is quadratic equations. Murthy garu, related to quadratic equations, what are the concepts in quadratic equation and what type of questions do we expect from the chapter quadratic equations?
Okay, as far as the quadratic equation is concerned, formation of the quadratic equation,
Okay.
and also solution of the quadratic equation.
Okay.
The quadratic equation can be solved in two methods.
Okay.
The one is factorization method, other one is the completing square method,
Okay.
and also most major area is the nature of the roots.
Oh.
So the nature of the roots can be determined with the help of the discriminant.
Yes.
So whereas discriminant is equal to, as far as the ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0.
Okay.
For this equation, d is equal to b square minus 4ac.
Okay.
So the student is supposed to find out the value of d. So as for the nature d value, whether d is less than 0 or d is greater than 0 or d is equal to 0, so that the nature of the roots can be evaluated.
Yeah, actually I think a quadratic equation even formula method also.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
formula method.
yes,
Of
we
course,
have the formula
it is
method
derivated
also.
from this
Yes.
one only, but formula
Yes.
method can also be used. And mostly quadratic equations are more and more helpful because whenever we talk about connections, most of the times they will connect the concepts to quadratic equations.
yeah.
The
So there is a more
actually,
scope for
even
it.
similar triangles also, similar triangles, tangents and secants, even trigonometry.
Ha.
So everywhere actually we can find with the help of the quadratic equation.
Whenever a right angle
Yeah.
triangle is there,
Yes,
every
yes.
time we land at quadratic
Yes.
equations.
When when you see the last papers,
We cannot see separately this
Sir,
one.
when you see the last papers, they will ask construct a quadratic equation having the values of the log 0.01 to the base 10
Yes.
and cosec 60 for cosec 30. So it is a connection of two areas. One is a quadratic equation, other one is a trigonometry
And moreover,
logarithms
word
also.
problems are there, sir. in
Yeah,
this
and this
actually.
word problems also very important.
Very important.
Okay, when a word problem is given, writing a suitable quadratic equation comes under communication.
Yes.
Yes.
And suppose if it is connected to some other topic like logarithms or trigonometry, it comes under connection.
Yes.
So we should be. And one more interesting thing is like you will be given some roots and you will be asked to write the quadratic equation. That is
Yes,
also
yes.
one of the important aspects.
But one more thing, sir, I would like to hear actually. Roots and zeros. So that is the only zeros as far as the polynomial is concerned. But whereas same thing, if the polynomial is equated to 0, we get the corresponding quadratic equation.
Yes.
So then we call it as a roots of a equation. So when the roots of the equation is given, there exists only unique quadratic equation. But whereas suppose for example, if same zeros are given, there exist many infinite quadratic polynomials can be formed.
Yes.
That's why only, for example, let us consider one example. If 2, 3 are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then the equivalent quadratic polynomial for that one is f of x is p of x is equal to k times x square minus 5x plus 6, where k does not equal to 0. But for example, if you consider the quadratic equation, there exists only x square minus 5x is equal to 0. So that is the difference.
Actually, generally, Murthy sir, it is a 10th class standard, I think so.
It might
So,
be actually.
Yeah. So actually there is one more interesting thing
Yes.
which we can discuss.
That interesting
like
fact we have been
as you said, the
discussing.
polynomial k times, here also in quadratic equation we can take k times of the quadratic equation.
But k does not equal 0, it divides by k.
Yes. Then what happens again for the
Cancellation.
quadratic equation also the same sort of thing. Like
Exactly.
different quadratic equations will be there.
But only one.
So it's very interesting thing.
Interesting fact.
Okay. Then especially related to these quadratic equations, again suppose two roots are given. Like they will ask you to write the quadratic equation. This is one method, like 2 and 3 are the roots of a quadratic equation, or 5 plus root 3, 5 minus root 3 are the roots of a quadratic equation.
Yes.
Or sometimes they will give you directly the sum of roots and product of roots.
Yes sir, this is also one
Or
of the-
sometimes they will give the quadratic equation and ask you to find the sum of roots and find the product of roots.
1 by alpha plus 1 by beta also.
Yes.
If alpha comma
So
beta are the
different
roots. Yes.
sorts of questions are possible related to
Yes.
that concept.
Yes.
Right. So that is the part where compulsorily they have to focus. Okay. Then the next topic, let us move ahead. That is progressions.
Yeah.
Suresh garu, related to progressions.
Yeah.
Actually, we have, I think, limited concepts in progressions.
Yeah. So we have two things. One is arithmetic progression, another is geometric progression.
Okay.
So in arithmetic progression, we are going to write a nth term of an arithmetic progression and sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression.
Okay.
In geometric progression, you have only one, that is nth term of a geometric progression.
Okay.
Generally, in this area, they will ask in the examination in quite common. So the question is communication. Communication means write the formula for nth term of an arithmetic progression and explain the terms, or write the formula for sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression and explain the terms. Like so, the children has to practice the formula and practice each term what is it. That's also very important. And when you come into the problem solving, lot of questions are there. A very good concept actually, because it is connected to the quantitative aptitude also. Who are good in progressions, they can perform quantitative aptitude very well.
Okay.
So the teachers in this point of view also have to explain this chapter. The children also can enjoy this. Already like 7 times of the 7th term equal to 11 times of the 11th term, then show that 18th term equal to 0.
Okay.
Or the sum of first 7 terms equal to some 49, so 17 terms equal to 289. Then find the sum of 30
so now
terms.
I would like to
the
ask one
questions will
question
come in.
on behalf of the student to Suresh Kumar sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
same question what you said is S7 is equal to 49.
Yeah.
S17 is equal to 289.
Okay.
So now I would if I were a student, so I will present in the examination like this.
Okay.
So S1 is equal to 1 square,
Okay.
S2 is equal to 4 2 square.
Okay.
S7 is equal to 49 7 square.
Okay.
S17 is equal to 289 17 square.
Yeah.
And so by that continuously Sn is equal to n square.
Yeah.
Can you avoid the marks or not?
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here just I would like to tell you one thing, sir. Of course, we are very much familiar with the things.
Yes.
Induction method or giving examples is not at all a proof. Okay, but certain marks can be awarded, no doubt, but that is not a proof. We say that because you give 1 lakh examples, but even at one example it fails, then it is we cannot say that it is being proved.
And
Yeah.
one more,
That is what we say actually disproving the counter example.
Actually, I want to add something. So, what Murthy sir asked, it's an excellent question. It's S7 equal to 49, which is 7 square. S17 equal to 289 is 17 square. So, Sn equal to n square by the generalization of the pattern.
Yes,
So,
by observation
S30
pattern.
equal to 30
Progression
square
will be the
900.
pattern.
So, it is only generalization of the pattern. It is useful for practice in learning the concept. So, that's okay, but in the examination they ask you to prove that. So, when it's a prove that means here proving is a nothing but sequence of logical steps. So,
Yes.
this is a very, very important. So, there is no logic here. So, it's a generalization is different from the logic.
And one more, sir, one more thing, interesting fact with progressions we have.
Okay.
The same question can be solved. Sn is equal to an square plus bn. Because the nth term of arithmetic progression is always a quadratic equation in terms of n, sir.
Okay.
So if you substitute, you will get 2 linear equations.
Okay.
By solving the 2 linear equations, we get a comma b values.
Okay.
So that Sn can be obtained.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also different
Yeah.
method. We are not
Yeah.
ruled out that is
Yes.
it's not a method.
Yes,
But
yes.
generally, when you go for prove that for if it is given as a 6 marks, so I will write these 2 steps and they will give a 6 marks means okay. But learning process it's okay.
Yes.
But in the examination they have to follow which this question comes under the problem solving,
Yes.
which based on the sequence of logical steps. So
Okay.
generally the evaluator will not give 6 out of 6. If it is
Okay.
given 6, it's not a wrong.
Yes.
So if it is 6 less than 6 also there is a support to him to why he is not giving 6, but not awarding 0 is not correct. Awarding 2 or 3 depends on the
So partial
perception.
marking can be
Yeah,
given, but
yeah.
not full marks.
Yes.
That is partial credits will be given.
Yes.
Of course. Definitely that is a valid point. And further if we observe the next chapter is coordinate geometry, where we can see different concepts like finding the distance between the given points, section formula. A section formula is one of the interesting things because from which again we get points of trisection, centroid, midpoint, several concepts are linked with this, and finding the area of a triangle and slope of a line. Okay. So, these are some of the concepts from the chapter coordinate geometry. Okay. So, before going to discuss these coordinate geometry topics, let me introduce one more subject expert, Mr. K. Sridharacharyalu. He is faculty SCERT. He is a textbook writer as well as a good subject expert. Sir Sridharacharyalu garu, while coming to the coordinate geometry, what sort of questions can we expect related to the concept which we discussed, like finding the distance between the points, or points of trisection, section formula using midpoint, points of trisection, centroid? What sort of questions can we expect in general?
In a coordinate geometry, it is a very easy chapter in a 10th class. Why? Because it is depends upon the only coordinate plane.
Okay.
So, first of all, the concept is that distance between 2 points.
Okay.
So, distance between 2 points means what are the questions, type of questions will be come in the examination means find the diameter of a circle with the points of end of the end points of the diameter will be given, and find the distance between the 2 points, that means that is the diameter of the circle.
Okay.
Or else another any 2 points will be given and find the distance between two points, whatever the x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under root, the formula is there.
Okay.
So, just in coordinate geometry, totally formula based chapter.
Yes.
Totally formula based chapter. If we know the formula, we can substitute the values of points given x1 y1 and x2 y2, then we will get the answer while going through properly the simplification of the problem.
Okay.
So, whatever it may be, first of all, we have to understand the problem. What is he given? So, in the distance, after distance, we have midpoints. As you said, the trisection points and like intersection points up there. No? So, midpoint is there, 1:2. So, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, like that. And main focused area is that area of the triangle.
Okay.
So, area of the triangle, that means in the examination it may comes, find the area of the triangle, or given vertices of a triangle, given points are collinear.
Okay.
When the points are collinear, if AB plus BC is equal to AC, or the area of a triangle is equal to 0.
Oh.
So, whenever the triangle area is equal to 0, then we can say that three points are collinear.
Okay.
And at the same time, we have one more thing, is one important centroid.
Okay.
Centroid is that 3 points will be given vertices of the triangle, and find the centroid means x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3.
Yes.
Most of the problems are based on the formula only. So, just you can practice 1 or 2 days in different ways of different concepts and coordinate geometry. You will get exactly minimum 70 comes in one. It may comes in 1 mark objective type questions, and 2 marks questions, and 4 marks questions, and 6 marks questions also. So, there is a scoreable subject actually. So, one more thing is we are giving a coordinate plane, and at the same time right angle triangle Pythagoras theorem also one time we can use in this.
Okay.
A triangle given on the axis. So, the points are on the axis, x axis and y axis, and then origin is there. So, find the area means we can use directly.
Okay.
So, different methods we can use in to get an answer. But focus on the understanding of the problem and what are the given the data and the formula what you are choosing, and substitution is very important. After substitution, we have to continue the process. So, simplification is very, very important. Most of the children are not able to do the simplification correctly.
Okay.
When they are doing simplification correctly, they will get the correct answer.
Yeah, I want to add a small thing, sir.
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
That is,
Yeah,
if you see the last year paper, previous papers, so very interesting thing is, so they will give one question in the examination, I didn't recall exact the question, that is some 3, 15 and 7,
2 points are given.
Yeah, 2 points are given. And when 2 points are given, find the coordinates of the points which divides the given line segment, joining these points in 4 equal parts.
Okay.
4 equal parts was given. So, actually that question was not there in the textbook. So, everyone feels that what's the 4 equal parts, but when they used to find the answer, they can identify easily this concept comes under the midpoint.
Yes.
If they identified it, concepts comes under the midpoint, the rest of the thing is very important, because they have to practice point of trisection. So, point of trisection, there is a form, there is possibility of confusion. There is confusion, that is so point of trisection 2:1 ratio, 1:2 ratio. So, 4 points means there may be ratio like so. This is very important.
One more thing, sir. One more thing, actually, if you divide the one line segment into 4 equal parts, so if you consider the point which is near to the first point, that point divides one part. There are 3 parts.
Yes.
So that means P divides 1:3.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, if Q is there,
section formula they can use.
If Q is there, the Q will be located in between the, for example, 2 points ends A comma B. Absolutely, the Q will be the midpoint, or 2:2.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is nothing but 1:1 ratio.
That is midpoint.
But as far as one more point is there, that is away from A,
yes,
nearer to B.
yes.
So that divides in the ratio
3 parts
3:1.
and 1 part.
3:1.
Yes,
So very interesting problem, sir. What you said, absolutely both of you nicely explained about these things. So these changes are to be observed using the past previous papers also.
In coordinate geometry chapter itself, there are one more type of question related with the distance formula only, using the distance formula as you said, like show that it is a quadrilateral, or show that it is a parallelogram, show that it is a rhombus. Such type of questions will be given. Suppose you are given like 4 coordinates or 4 vertices will be given, and you are asked to show that it is a parallelogram. How do we find that, sir, Murthy garu? What is the method the students are supposed to adopt if suppose the 4 vertices are given and they are asked to show that it is a parallelogram?
So that means actually we have the two methods here.
Yes,
The first method using the distance formula we can find out.
yes,
So that means, for example, if you consider ABCD is a some quadrilateral
okay.
before going to be proved.
Okay, name.
So AB distance, BC distance, CD distance and DA distance,
Yes,
and as well as the diagonals AC and BD.
okay.
So if for example opposite sides are equal, then and also the diagonals are not equal, then we say that it's a parallelogram.
Yeah.
If it's a rectangle, then AB is equal to AC is equal to BD.
diagonals will be.
And moreover, the one criteria we can consider, the midpoint we can find out. The
Okay.
midpoint of AC and midpoint of BD are equal. Obviously, it is a rectangle.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, midpoints of AC and BD are equal means we can say that it is a parallelogram.
Yes, parallelogram.
Parallelogram. Okay. So actually same, because especially for level 3 students like teacher supported students, whoever we say, we can give some sort of things like this one, because the distance formula, one formula if they learn,
Yes.
okay, they can show that, as he said, collinear points means we can use distances, and for showing that it is a parallelogram or a rectangle, there also we can use a distance formula only. With the one formula they can solve so many problems, the scope will be more.
But one more thing, sir, I would like to share, because actually by my classroom experiences, out of my classroom experiences, students are always think in coordinate geometry, they try to adopt only the distance formula. For
Yes,
everywhere.
yes.
Even we ask section formula, even we ask midpoint formula, even area also, they attempt they used to attempt with the help of the distance formula only.
And at the same
So
time,
how
they
to actually address these point of view also? That's my question on behalf of the students.
before that, actually, at the same time, they are using distance formula. At the same time, they have to know the minimum properties of quadrilaterals.
Yeah.
Why it is a circle, why it is a parallelogram, why it is a square, why it is a rectangle, and why it is a rhombus. Those
If
minimum
they are,
properties.
slightly familiar with the properties
Yes.
of those quadrilaterals, then it
Even
becomes
some
easy.
geometrical properties also
yes.
to be addressed.
What they are supposed to
Yes,
be proved,
yes.
that's what they know. Then it will become easy.
Yes.
For example, if we take a rhombus, in case of a rhombus, we know that all the four sides are equal.
But
Okay, then what is the difference between a rhombus and a square? In case of a square also, all the four sides are equal.
yes,
Then there comes the diagonals. Here in case of a rhombus, diagonals are unequal, and in case of a square, diagonals are
Yes,
equal.
equal.
Where in case of a rhombus they are unequal.
Yes.
Based on that we can. Likewise, parallelogram and a rectangle, if you observe, two pairs of opposite sides are equal, that is the same in parallelogram and rectangle.
Exactly.
But in case of a parallelogram, diagonals may or may not be equal, whereas here in a rectangle, diagonals must be equal. So that's how we can go ahead with the ideas. And one more is like slope, finding the slope of the given point.
yes,
Yes.
Okay, when two coordinates are given, how do we determine the slope of that point? That also the students must be familiar with. Right? So these are some of the concepts related with coordinate
And sometimes it may be slope may be given as tan theta and find the
of course,
theta value.
yes,
That will be correct,
in terms
yes.
of
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
And let us move ahead to the next chapter, that is similar triangles. Actually, this chapter in the last session we discussed in a more detailed manner. Let us go ahead with this similar triangle chapter. While coming to the similar triangles, again we can see what are the major concepts. First one is similar figures, then similar polygons, then similar triangles definition. Means we know that similarity means two conditions are essential, like corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in proportion. Then further, for establishing the criterion, we go for basic proportionality theorem, then converse of basic proportionality theorem, and based on that we prove criterion for similarity. What are the criterion for similarity? Again we have SSS, SAS, and of course AAA, or simply we say AAA similarity. Its corollary is AAA similarity, and of course RHS similarity. Then further, if we move ahead, we talk about areas of similar triangles, and then Pythagoras theorem. Actually, this is the chapter where you can see so many concepts are there, but if you study it in a more systematic manner, it will be very easy. The basic idea in similar triangles is, students, just remember one fact. Actually, similarity is same shape, but
Different
the
in
size may not be the same.
Yes.
Means sometimes they may be, sometimes they may not, because like congruency is a part and parcel of similarity. So again shape is the same, shape is decided by angles. So that's why whenever you talk about similar triangles, remember the fact that corresponding angles must be equal. There is no compromise in the angles. And then size, size means depending upon the sides, and the sides, how should they be maintaining the same ratio. So that's why whenever you talk about angles, corresponding angles must be equal, must be equal.
Yes.
While coming to sides, the ratios must be equal. If these two properties are there, we say they are similar. And after establishing the criterion, we can say no need of both. Using only one criterion, we can say that they are similar. Especially that is possible only for triangles. The criterion are there for triangles because of basic proportionality theorem. And of course, whenever you play any game, so we follow some rules, right? If like if you throw a die, if suppose if it is 6, you have to climb a ladder. If it is 4, it will be like a snake or something. In the same manner here also the conditions are important. If the lines are parallel, then in a triangle, if any line is drawn parallel to one side, then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. Means in basic proportionality theorem, if line is parallel, the ratios are equal. And converse is, if the ratios are equal, the lines is parallel. So in the given problem, what condition is given, we have to observe, and accordingly we have to see. And one more is like two similar triangles will be given, and one pair of corresponding sides, one side will be given and areas will be given, and you will be asked to find the other side. These are all different possibilities. And one more interesting thing in this is constructions. Again it comes under visualization and representation. In constructions we can see construction of a similar triangle, okay, or dividing the line segment in the given ratio, or construction of a similar triangle. In construction of the similar triangle, again you can see two types of things. One is proper fraction and the other one is improper fraction. Of course, even a mixed fraction is given, it will be converted to improper fraction. The simple logic is proper fraction means the constructed triangle or the next triangle, the similar triangle which you are constructing, it will come inside the triangle. If it is improper fraction, the constructed triangle or the similar triangle will be larger than the original triangle or the first constructed triangle.
Scale factor.
Scale depending upon the scale factor, because scale factor means proper fraction means scale factor will be less than 1. So first triangle, when you compare, the second triangle will be smaller. So it comes inside. And for the second one, if it is improper fraction, it is more than 1. Means actually similarity concept is like we are saying less than 1, equal to 1, greater than 1. Equal to 1 means scale factor equal to 1 means congruent figure. Less than 1 means reduced or diminished figure. So here the similar triangle obtained smaller than this when scale factor less than 1. Scale factor greater than 1, it will be enlarged. So enlarged and diminished depending upon the scale factor. So while coming to proper fractions, it is less than 1, so reduced figure. Improper fraction
and
greater
one more,
than
sir,
1,
regarding to the construction,
enlarged.
so could you give any suggestions to the
I want to add something to this. So this is actually as per the blueprint, as you said, so construction comes under the representation and visualization. So mostly a 6 marks question comes under this. Construction question will come as a 6 marks question. So here, as per principles of evaluation, drawing the rough diagram is 1 mark. For construction 3 marks, steps of construction 2 marks. This is the generally the SSC board is following this kind of principles of evaluation. So most of the children, they did the construction very well. They write the steps of construction very well, but they forget to draw the rough diagram. So our sincere advice to all the students and our teachers also give suggestion to them, when they want to start the construction, first they have to draw the rough diagram. So this is very important. They have to write the rough diagram first, then construction, then steps of construction. Definitely they will get 6 out of 6 then in this manner. And one more thing is very important thing is, generally if you see the paper, generally they won't ask you state and prove. Pythagoras theorem or state and prove a basic proportionality theorem.
Yes.
So no need to by heart the statements and the proof of those theorems. So because generally they will ask the questions based on application of Pythagoras theorem and basic proportionality theorem. Riders will be asked, and most probably those are in the connections. So already you have very good practice in the exercises. So they will give some AD, DB, some in terms of x and y or something. So they will get a quadratic equation or not. So that kind of practice will help
That
you.
means, sir, one thing, can we suggest them to follow, do this, try this, think, and these more problems are there in the textbook.
Yes, yes.
And one more
Better-
thing is that in constructions,
Yes.
as Suresh sir said that first of all we have to draw the rough diagram that will be carriers of out of marks, no? 1 mark for in sometimes it will give a right angle triangle, but students are drawn on isosceles triangle or somewhat. Is it correct actually?
Yes.
Rough diagram. Rough diagram is the evaluator knows that the children understand the concept.
Yes.
అంటే పిల్లలకి ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైంది అని తెలుసుకోవడం కోసం ముందుగా చూసేది రఫ్ డయాగ్రామ్.
Yes.
అక్కడ రైట్ యాంగిల్ ట్రయాంగిల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ట్రిప్లెట్స్ ఇస్తే ఇక్కడ వీళ్ళు ఐసోలస్ ట్రయాంగిల్ లేకుంటే ఇంకో యాక్టిబుల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ రాశారనుకోండి, అది మనం కరెక్ట్ చేయవచ్చా?
Yeah, you can give it. You can give it because for rough diagram, no need of any usage of instruments. Means no need of taking a protractor, a compass, whatever it may be. Just they have to write it. As Sarma sir just now discussed, so we are going to identify the children whether they are using scale factor properly or not. So if it is equal to 1, then it's a congruent figure. It's a less than 1, which is a diminished figure. Greater than 1, enlarged figure. So that kind of representation is enough, because the objective of this question is they have to represent and visualize. So we are naming as a rough diagram. So no need of whether it's a right angle triangle. So our sincere request to all the teachers, rough diagram for that is should not be exactly what the construction is the same.
Not
so
in the shape.
But it may not be reflected as a original figure.
Yes,
But
yes.
it should be some sort of
shape.
proportionality should
Yes,
be maintained.
yes.
yeah, they have to follow. But,
Yes.
Why
but
because-
it's not. Don't punish them because okay, as a right angle triangle.
Here it is. Why I am raising this question means
Yeah, good question,
most
sir.
of
Yes,
the
yes,
children,
yes,
most of the children are wasting their time. They are drawing the rough diagram. Whatever
help of
they got
instruments.
idea.
Yes.
After the construction, they got a different shape of diagram. Then when they are rubbing the rough diagram and they are drawing another once again.
No,
So,
actually here the simple thing, sir. Rough diagram, so writing the measurements and to understand how the actual construction is going to happen,
Yes, yes.
means for getting the idea.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
after rough diagram, we have to check in what way we are supposed to go for the main diagram, so that idea will be generated there.
It could be one kind of assumption.
and
it is
labeling.
like
Labeling also very important.
yeah.
Yes.
Labeling
Okay.
also very important.
Now let us move ahead to the next chapter. One more chapter related to this geometry is circles, tangents and secants to circles.
Yeah.
Okay. Murthy garu, what are the concepts in that?
So as far as the tangents and secants to a circle is concerned, the concept of the tangent and concept of the secant. And also here one more important area has to be covered.
Murthy garu, ఫస్ట్ ఒక కాల్ తీసుకుని మళ్ళీ మనం కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం.
Okay, okay.
యా ప్లీజ్.
హలో సార్.
హలో.
సార్ మాకు కొంచెం తెలుగులో చెప్తారా సార్? కొంచెం ఇంగ్లీష్
నాన్న, మీ పేరు?
కృష్ణ ఎక్కడ నాగర్ కర్నూలు స్కూల్ కదా, తెలుగులో చెప్పాలా? సరే, ఇప్పటి నుంచి తెలుగులో చెప్తారు. ఓకే,
Okay.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
అంటే టాంజెంట్స్ అండ్ సీకెన్స్ చాప్టర్లో మనకేంటంటే ఇక్కడ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద టాంజెంట్ అంటే ఒక స్పర్శరేఖ యొక్క పొడవు ఎలా కనుక్కోవాలి.
వెరీ గుడ్.
అంటే మనము టాంజెంట్స్ అండ్ సీకెంట్స్ చూస్తే కూడా ఇక్కడ అప్లికేషన్ ఆఫ్ మళ్ళీ మనకు ఏముంటుందంటే రైట్ యాంగిల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ ఉంటుందండి.
Pythagoras theorem.
సో పైథాగరస్ థియరం అప్లై చేస్తేనే మనకు లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద టాంజెంట్ వస్తుంది. అదే విధంగా ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే మనకు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టాంజెంట్స్ డ్రాన్ ఫ్రమ్ అన్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ పాయింట్ టు ఏ సర్కిల్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టాంజెంట్స్ డ్రాన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ పాయింట్ టు ఏ సర్కిల్ అంటే మనకు ఇప్పుడు అంటే ఒక బాహ్య బిందువు నుండి వృత్తానికి గీయగలిగినటువంటి యొక్క స్పర్శరేఖల సంఖ్య.
ఓకే,
అంటే అక్కడ 2 అని వస్తాయని చెప్పొచ్చు.
అవును.
అదేవిధంగా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆ పాయింట్ అనేది కనుక లోపల ఉందనుకోండి, ఇంటీరియర్గా ఉందనుకోండి సర్కిల్కు, సో కెన్ ఇట్ బి పాసిబుల్ టు డ్రా ఏ టాంజెంట్ టు ఏ సర్కిల్? అంటే ఆ సందర్భంలో మనం స్పర్శరేఖను గీయగలమా అంటే గీయలేం.
ఓకే,
సో నో టాంజెంట్ can exist. But whereas for example if it lies on the బౌండరీ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనకు ఒక టాంజెంట్ వస్తుందని మనం వీ కెన్ చెప్పొచ్చు.
ఎస్
అదేవిధంగా మేజర్ ఏరియా ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద సెగ్మెంట్ మైనర్ సెగ్మెంట్
ఎస్
ఆర్ మేజర్ సెగ్మెంట్.
Yes.
సో అది మనం పూర్తి బాగా కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంటుంది. సో వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద పేర్ ఆఫ్ టాంజెంట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ పాయింట్ వ్యూ సర్కిల్.
కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ లో ఇందాక మనం ఒక సిమిలర్ ట్రయాంగిల్స్ లో ఎలా చెప్పామో ఇక్కడ కూడా ఒక కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఏంటంటే డ్రాయింగ్ ఏ పెయిర్ ఆఫ్ టాంజెంట్ అంటే ఒక వృత్తానికి బాహ్య బిందువు నుండి స్పర్శ రేఖల చేత నిర్మించడం.
మెయిన్గా సింపుల్గా ఫస్ట్ పిల్లలకు అర్థం కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే స్పర్శరేఖ అనేది వృత్తాన్ని విభజించదు, దాన్ని తాకుతూ వెళ్తుంది. సీకెంట్ అంటే వృత్తాన్ని విభజిస్తుంది. అప్పుడు మైనర్ సెగ్మెంట్ మేజర్ సెగ్మెంట్ అని ఏర్పడతాయి. ఇవి పిల్లలకు మెయిన్గా ఫస్ట్ రీజనింగ్ డెవలప్ చేయాలి. రీజనింగ్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు తర్వాత ఏం పొడవుగా స్పర్శరేఖ పొడవుగా అనుకోమంటున్నాడా, లేకపోతే ఇచ్చినటువంటి కోణాలు ఇచ్చి స్పర్శరేఖ యుగ్మాన్ని అంటే 2 స్పర్శరేఖలు గీయమంటున్నాడా, గీయమన్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ దాంట్లో క్వాడ్రిలేటర్ ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవాలి, అంటే చతుర్భుజాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసుకొని ఆ ప్రాసెస్ అంటే ఆ యొక్క నియమాన్ని ఎట్లా కొనసాగించుకోవాలనేది ఆ పిల్లలకు బాగా అలవాటు చేయాలి. ఒక పూట పూర్తిగా దాని మీదే స్పర్శరేఖల నిర్మాణాల మీద ఆ టాంజెంట్స్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ మీద కనుక ఫోకస్ చేస్తే డెఫినెట్లీ దే విల్ గెట్ సమ్ మార్క్స్. And one more thing is Pythagoras theorem is very important in similar triangles and trigonometry and tangents and secants. So Pythagoras theorem is very focused formula.
మళ్ళీ ఒక ఫోన్ కాల్ తీసుకుని కంటిన్యూ చేద్దామండి శ్రీధర్ గారు. ఎస్ ప్లీజ్. హలో మాట్లాడండి.
నమస్కారం సార్.
నమస్తే అండి.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఓన్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం వస్తుంది సార్, తెలుగు మీడియం పిల్లలు రూరల్ ఏరియా సార్ నారాయణపేట.
ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తున్నారండి, తెలుగులోను ఇంగ్లీష్లోను రెండిట్లోనూ ఉంటుంది.
ప్రజెంట్ అయితే ఓన్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం వస్తుంది సార్, పిల్లలు తెలుగు మీడియం సార్ మా పిల్లలు.
అదే ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నారండి, మన తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తున్నారు
సార్. అదొకటి అవకాశం ఉంటే కొంచెం లాస్ట్ లో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ప్యాటర్న్ ఒక్క నిమిషం మాట్లాడే అవకాశం ఏంటి సార్?
క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ప్యాటర్న్ తెలుగులో చెప్పమంటారా?
లాస్ట్ ఒక అవకాశం, ఒక మాట్లాడడానికి లాస్ట్ లో చివరికి అవకాశం.
మీ సందేహం ఏంటో
మీ సందేహం ఏంటి చెప్పండి. క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ప్యాటర్న్ లో
ప్యాటర్న్ ఏం లేదు సార్, అంటే ఇప్పుడు అదర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ లా కనీసం క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లో 5 మార్క్స్ కన్నా క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ చూసే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. ఏదో ఇచ్చేదాము ఏం ఉంటాయి పిల్లలు
సార్. ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ప్రిపేర్ చేయడం అనేటటువంటిది డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ద బ్లూ ప్రింట్. మన అకాడమిక్ స్టాండర్డ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటికి అనుగుణంగా ఆ పేపర్ తయారు చేయడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మిగతా సబ్జెక్ట్ దీనికి తేడా ఏంటంటే కనీసం అన్ని సబ్జెక్టులు కూడా క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ పైన దాంట్లో చూసి కనీసం 7 మార్కులు తీసుకునే అవకాశం ఉంది సార్. గణితం అంటేనే పిల్లలు భయపడతారు. అసలు ఏమి క్వశ్చన్స్
మనం ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడేదంతా ప్రిపరేషన్ కోసమే కదండి. ఏం చేస్తే పిల్లలు పాస్ అవుతారు, ఏ రకంగా చదివించాలి, ఏం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయించాలి, ఇప్పుడంతా మాట్లాడేదంతా అదే కదండి. ఆ గణితంలో ఉండే భయం పోగొట్టాలి, గణితం పట్ల ఆసక్తి రావాలి. అంటే మనము ఒక్కొక్క సబ్జెక్ట్కి ఒక్కొక్క నేచర్ ఉంటుంది. మన సబ్జెక్ట్ యొక్క నేచర్కి అనుగుణంగా ఏ రకమైనటువంటి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయించినట్లయితే పిల్లలు సులభంగా మార్కులు సంపాదించగలుగుతారనేదే మన విషయ నిపుణులు ఇందాక నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నారండి. ఈ విషయాన్ని జాగ్రత్తగా విని నోట్ చేసుకుంటే సులభంగా మార్కులు సంపాదించుకోగలుగుతారు. ఓకేనండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. ఓకే అండి. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ మనము చూసుకున్నట్లయితే మనకి దాని తర్వాత మనకి మెన్సురేషన్ ఉంది, అంటే క్షేత్రమితి లేదా క్షేత్రగణితం అంటాం. సురేష్ గారు, క్షేత్రగణితానికి సంబంధించి నాకు తెలిసి 2 కీలకమైన భావనలు ఉన్నాయి, అవేంటో బ్రీఫ్ గా చెప్పండి.
సో యాక్చువల్గా మనం ఇది 6th నుండి నేర్చుకుంటున్నాం. సో కాబట్టి మనకు ఈ 10th క్లాస్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి 3 డైమెన్షనల్ ఫిగర్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. 3 డైమెన్షనల్ అనేటప్పటికి 4 ఏరియాలో ఉన్నాయి. అది అంటే మనకు ఆల్రెడీ 2 అనేది 9th క్లాస్లో నేర్చుకున్నాం, క్యూబాయిడ్ అనేటువంటిది. అదే 10th క్లాస్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి మనకి ఏమొస్తుందంటే సిలిండరు, కోను, హెమిస్పియరు, స్పియర్. సో ఈ వీటిపైన మనకు క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి. ఇందులో మనకు 2 ఏరియాస్ ఉన్నాయి. వన్ ఈజ్ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్స్, సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ కన్వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్స్. అయితే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి అని, కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్లో వచ్చిందా, కన్వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్ వచ్చిందా అని ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలంటే జనరల్గా మనకు కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్స్ అడిగేటప్పుడు
సరే ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక కాల్ తీసుకుందాము. హలో హలో చెప్పండి.
ధర్మవరం
చెప్పండి.
పిల్లలు సెక్షన్ ఏ లో కరెక్ట్ గా చెప్తున్నారు సార్, సెక్షన్ బి లో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ టైప్ ని అటెండ్ చేయడంలో కొంచెం ఇబ్బందిగా ఫీల్ అవుతుంది సార్.
పార్ట్ బి.
పార్ట్ బిలో
పార్ట్ బి లో వాళ్ళు ఎలా స్కోర్ చేయాలి, ఎలాంటి మెలకువలు పాటిస్తే
ష్యూర్ అండి. అంటే వాళ్ళ సందేహం ఏంటంటే పార్ట్ బి మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ 20 క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి, మనకి 30 నిమిషాల టైం ఉంటుంది. ఆ టైం లోపల పార్ట్ బిలో ఉండేటువంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ని ఎలా చేయాలి అనేది. సాధారణంగా ఈ పార్ట్ బికి సంబంధించి మనం చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బిగినింగ్ మొదటి నుంచి కూడా డైలీ ఒక 10 ఎంసీక్యూ బిట్లు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయించాలండి పిల్లల చేత. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ కాల్ తీసుకుందామండి. హలో
సార్ నమస్కారం సార్.
నమస్తే అండి, చెప్పండి శ్రీనాథ్ గారు.
ఎన్ని టాపిక్స్ చదివితే కంపల్సరీ పాస్ అవుతాము, అదేమైనా ఉందా?
అట్లా ఉంటుందండి.
14 టాపిక్స్ లో ఎన్ని టాపిక్స్ మినిమం చదివితే పాస్ అవుతారు స్టూడెంట్స్?
14 చాప్టర్స్ మినిమం చేస్తే
కంపల్సరీ పాస్ కావాలంటే ఎన్ని టాపిక్స్ ప్రిపేర్ కావాలి
సార్? ఎన్ని టాపిక్స్ అనే